Crystella. You can call me Sherpa, and I'm so glad you are here. So, there is nothing that makes me excited more than when I find a new teacher. And this week, I discovered a guy, he's dead now, but his perspective on how the world works is just so, I don't want to say it's profound, but it's so clear. It was so clear and so amazing that I was like, okay, let me share this, okay? Now, the guy's name is Stuart Wilde, and by all measures, hey, what's up? You would call, people would put him in a class of metaphysical or whatever, but it was just so clear. So what I'm going to share with you today is what everyone ought to know about how the world works. So let's get into the content. So the first thing, and this is probably like a no-brainer, like everybody be like, tell me something I didn't know, Crystal. But the first thing he said is that all of the power in the world belongs to about 500 families. And that the world, the way it's designed today, is not designed for the common man. And so all the systems and the processes and things, they set and establish how much money the ordinary man should make and what you can have access to and things you can do and what you can't do, and all that kind of stuff is determined at that level, with just about a few families. And so as you're going out, you're operating in an energy that's based on that, where there's power and control, and you're allowed to have just enough power and energy about what you're doing to keep you from revolting, right? So you get just enough, space. It's kind of like when you let the kids play in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, well, you can't go out into the world. You can't go out into the streets. You can't experience everything else. But you know what? Look, you can do whatever you want in the backyard, right? And they're out there and they're happy and they're playing and everything. And then one day they look out over the fence and they be like, what's going on over there? And they want to get out the backyard. But it's designed to keep them in the backyard, safe, right? Away from all that new stuff you might try. And so I just felt like that was profound, because I feel like that's exactly what the environment that we live in right now, right? It's like, it's a very controlled environment, and you've been conditioned literally since you were a baby. If you look at nursery rhymes and all those things, like if you really were to be honest and look at them, you would see a very strategic plan or outline that continually reduces your level of power and self-worth and all that. It's slowly been whittled away since you were just a little bitty baby. Okay, so I just love that somebody actually said, basically the world is owned by this many people and you're in a box. Like, with all the personal development material that I've read, I've never heard that perspective so clearly articulated as it was in this video. The second thing he said was that the way to escape and to be able to experience the things that you want to experience in this framework is that you have to earn enough money to buy your way out, right? So he's saying if you have enough money and you have enough resources, then you'll be able to pay for the experiences that you want to have. And so, and that is paramount. So this really kind of flies in the face of everything. I won't say everything, but a lot of religious, kind of spiritual perspectives, right? Like you talk to a lot of people, and and you might have grown up with messed up money mindset, right? Because you think, people that have a lot of money are, they're evil, or you don't need that kind of money. Money can't buy everything. You don't need it, and all this kind of stuff. But the reality is that money is an energy. And I love the way he said it. He said, when you have a product or a service, you are loving people by providing them with something that helps them. So when the lawn guy comes and cuts your grass for $35, your front and your back, they're loving you because they're giving you the opportunity to have your yard not look a mess, okay? And in exchange, you give them some of your energy back in the form of money. And so, we're loving each other based on providing services. And I just thought that, and I kind of like switched my topic, but I just thought that was profound because typically people don't think that way. They think that money is, that when you're out there with a product or a service, you're peddling, products, and you're trying to get people to buy something from you and all that kind of stuff, right? But his perspective was like, no, that's the way you escape. That's the way you get out by getting enough money. But he said the only way to get, well, not the only way, let me back up. He said there are two different ways that you can get money. One, you can get money by scratching and clawing and stepping over people in a dynamic where you get the money, but you leave someone behind you who is less better off because you were there. But then his model is like, you just love people. And he said when you raise your vibration, and that's the way you do it, when you raise your vibration, you will draw to you people. And when you draw those people to you, you need to have a way to interact with them, and you need to be organized. So this is my third point is, he said, when you raise your vibration and you draw those people onto you, they're going to come not because of what you're doing, they're going to come because of the energy that you put into it. He said, whatever that you need to have a container or something to offer people, right? And so he said, when those people come, you have to be organized and you have to be able to offer them something so that they can interact with you, right? Different perspective on business than I've ever seen. And he said, when you have something that's organized, that you put your energy into, that you're excited about, that you can offer those people when they come to you, in exchange for your energy, they're going to give you some of their energy in the form of money. Have you ever heard that before? I was like, oh, because in my mindset, and I think many others too, we go into a business where we're providing a product or a service, and we say, oh, well, here, you can have this for free. And what we're saying is, when you do that, you really just want people to like you. So you say, oh, well, what I'm doing is really worth $300, but you know what? Go ahead, you can have it for free because I want you to like me. And he says, no, you have to value yourself because you're putting your energy into that. You're putting your energy into your product. You're putting your energy into your service. You're putting your energy into that thing that you're offering the marketplace. And in exchange for your energy, they give you money, which is their energy. I know you just got to sit on that for a minute and let that settle in, because that was really powerful. Because when you're in business, you're always, if you don't have your confidence up where it needs to be, you always kind of, find yourself in a position where you feel like you have to do something for people to, to purchase from you or to engage with you. And really, you're kind of doing them a favor. You're doing them a favor by even allowing them to be in your energy. So let's just let that, marinate on your noodle for a minute. But I probably am a bit all over the place and not really completely communicating this principle, but I was just had never heard those perspectives before. And they really helped me because, a lot of times, he gave a really good example. He says, so you got to value yourself for what you're worth. It's like, say you're doing massages and, last week it was $60 an hour and this week it's $80 an hour. And somebody says to you, hey, how come your price went up? He got an example. He says, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about myself this week. So I went to $80. Next week I'm going to be feeling better about myself. It'll be $180. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just that you're pricing your things based on your energy and how you value yourself and not on what somebody else will value at. That's a totally different paradigm. Completely different. Anyway, I was excited about it. I hope you're getting something out of that. So again, just to summarize, the first thing he says is that the whole world and everything in it, the way it's run, the way it's organized, what you have access to as an individual, a business person, is owned by about 500 families. And they set all those parameters and they give you just enough room so you can go out and do some things and experience life. But really, a lot of the power and control is at a very high level that is not you. And when something is messed up, you pay for it, basically. And the second point was that the only way to escape is to earn enough money to buy your way out. so that you can have enough money for the experiences you want to have. Notice I didn't say millionaire. Notice I didn't say billionaire. That number is very specific to you. How much money do you need to enjoy the experiences in life that you want to experience? That's the number. For that, you need money to buy your way out. And the third thing he said is the way to get money is not scratching and clawing and stepping over people to leave people not as well as when they met you. But the way out is to raise your vibration so that you will draw to yourself people. And when you draw those people to you, you need to have a product or a service that you can offer them so that you put your energy into, so that when you're putting your energy into it and they come to you and you can offer them that thing, they can give you energy back in the form of money. Wow. Okay, so maybe I'm just out there, but I just thought that was really profound and I wanted to share it with you. I hope that was helpful to you. If it was helpful to you, then definitely share the video. Friday, hope you have an amazing, amazing Friday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!